Historians are sounding the alarm about the danger in Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib's comments. One America's McKinney explains how her attempts to rewrite history may actually be a ploy to undermine the right of Israel to exist.
The mainstream media is missing the bigger picture of Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib's Holocaust comments. Much of the backlash is so far focused on Tlaib's use of the term calming when discussing the genocide and whether the statement was taken out of context. However, many historians, including Palestinian scholars, are warning the real danger in her words is the attempt to rewrite history. In her podcast appearance over the weekend, Tlaib seemed to suggest the State of Israel was created as a direct result of World War II and came at the expense of the Palestinian people.
Palestinians who lost their land and some lost their lives, their livelihood, their human dignity, their existence in many ways have been wiped out, and some people's passport. I mean, just all of it was in the name of trying to create a safe haven for Jews post the Holocaust.
This argument is used by many anti-Semites and anti-Zionists to undermine Israel's right to exist. According to Professor Benny Morris, a leading scholar on the subject, Tlaib is either ignorant of history or she's a deliberate liar. The Jewish religion itself dates back nearly 4,000 years to what we now call the Middle East, with the first Holy Temple built in Jerusalem around 1000 BC. This predates Islam and Christianity by many centuries. Meanwhile, the State of Israel had been in the works since at least 1917, decades before the start of World War II, when the British government promised to establish, quote, a national home for the Jewish people. Historians also point out another major flaw in Tlaib's argument. In her version of events, the Palestinians welcomed persecuted Jews fleeing from Europe with open arms. However, history tells us the Palestinian leader at the time, the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, met with Adolf Hitler in 1941 to pledge his support to the Nazis. He then spent the next few years calling for the massacre of Jews in the Arab world, and he did what he could to prevent the arrival of new refugees from Europe. Despite the overwhelming evidence, Tlaib has only doubled down on her revisionist history by mocking those who disagree with her as racist.
I got a text message from a friend who's like, hey, next time, really clarify, maybe talk like a fourth grader, because maybe the racist idiots would understand you better.
McKinney, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.